Any of us can be faced with a life-threatening emergency situation at any time. That's just a fact of life. Whether it's a friend who collapses on the golf course, or a loved one who suddenly suffers a heart attack, a child in danger of drowning, or a total stranger who falls, apparently lifeless, to the ground. In those critical first few moments, what would you do? Hope someone is nearby, certified in CPR? Wish you'd made the time to take a CPR course? Or helplessly stand by waiting for an ambulance to arrive? There's a new, simple way you can help. The Health District's Jennifer Sizemore said it could make all the difference.
Sudden cardiac arrest can happen to anyone at any age, at any time. Many victims appear healthy with no known heart disease or other risk factors. Nationally, emergency medical service personnel treat about 300,000 out-of-hospital victims of cardiac arrest each year, and of those, fewer than 8% will survive. Fewer than a third of those victims received bystander CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, while waiting for EMS to arrive. If they had, their chances of survival would have tripled. Brian referred to a new way every one of us can help change these statistics, and it's not what you might think. This is not a story about signing up for CPR certification classes. It's about changes made to the way in which CPR is done, announced last year by the American Heart Association, known as chest compression only CPR.
The goal is for the public to learn chest compressions and to do something before emergency medical services arrive. That gives that person the best chance of surviving.
Chest compression only CPR just requires the layperson to immediately begin chest compressions on an unconscious, unresponsive victim. It eliminates the process of mouth-to-mouth breathing and clearing an airway, two parts of more traditional CPR that often stop bystanders from participating. By only administering strong, rapid chest compressions in those valuable moments before emergency personnel arrive, the victim's chances of survival are dramatically increased.
If the person is not interested or unsure of whether to do mouth-to-mouth ventilation, it doesn't need to be done. Studies show now that placing the hand in the center of the chest, pushing hard and pushing fast, is just as effective as traditional CPR in adults.
EMS takes time to get there. When you call 911, there's a few seconds delay while the phone connects. There's time while they gather your location information. There's time for dispatch. There's time for the EMS responders to get there. All of that time going by, brain cells are dying, the body's dying. The earlier we can start chest compressions, continue that circulation, continue spreading the blood and the oxygen through the body, the more likely you are going to be to be saved.
By immediately beginning chest compressions, the blood circulation will be continued, and that's important. Science has shown that there is enough oxygenated blood still in the victim's system to be carried to vital organs without breathing assistance by chest compression only CPR. What this means is that by following a few simple steps, everyone should be able to render assistance while waiting for the paramedics. Once you have established that the person is unresponsive and unconscious, meaning they don't move when spoken to or shaken, first call 911. Either call 911 yourself or direct someone else to do it. Make sure whoever calls 911 asks for an ambulance to respond for a collapsed victim. Second, push on the chest. Put your heel of your hand directly on the center of the chest, between the nipples. You want to be on the victim's breastbone, not below it or on the soft part of the stomach. Push down about 2.5 inches, 1.5 inches for children, at a rate of 100 times per minute or about twice per second. That's all there is to it.
When CPR was first taught, you had to do it perfectly. And I think that a lot of people who maybe tried it many years ago were made afraid that if they did it wrong, because that's how it was practiced, it had to be perfect, had to be absolutely perfect. The sequencing, the breathing, and if it wasn't done right, people walked away from a lot of these certification courses questioning their ability to do it. Now with this Hands Across America, we're saying, do it, do something. If you don't know how to do, if you're not certified in it, pushing on the chest will provide some measure of circulation and allow this person a chance.
Anybody can do CPR. That's the great part about it. Hands can save lives. So if anyone was ever in the situation where they felt that they had to do something, simply just putting their hand in the center of somebody's chest and then pushing hard and fast until emergency medical services arrive only just helps the situation. You can't hurt anyone doing something on someone who is already unconscious and possibly doesn't have a pulse or possibly is dead.
Chest compression only CPR now makes it much easier for the layperson to get involved. No longer do they have to be afraid of germs or other problems, and they can get involved, they can get blood circulating, they can save the brain, they can save lives.
And we have been looking at the performance of CPR, obviously, for 50 years and have been improving it along the way. There have been many, many, many iterations over the years of a variety of ways of doing CPR. Right now, it's all about we need to get circulation and we need to get it quickly. Even the 5-minute training that hands across the country are doing right now allows somebody to do something. You know you're not going to do any harm. You establish that the person is not responsive. You establish that their breathing is really abnormal or they're not breathing at all. They have signs of poor circulation because their color changes. What harm can you do? You know, if we can make the public feel comfortable that pushing on the chest and pressing hard and pressing fast may make a difference, why would they not want to do it?
Learning chest compression only CPR takes only a few minutes and could mean the difference between life and death or permanent neurological damage for a cardiac arrest victim. Simply by understanding the procedure, you can be ready in an emergency. You can do something. There are many places to find this free training in Southern Nevada. Here are just a few websites that have more information. University Medical Center at umcsn.com, the YMCA at LasVegasYMCA.org, the City of Las Vegas at LasVegasNevada.gov, and of course, the local chapter of the American Heart Association at heart.org.
Anytime the layperson gets involved, it increases the chance of survivability and it makes the EMS provider's job that much better and that much easier for us.
The ability to do something. Great information, Jennifer. Thank you.